What is up, guys? Today we got a 2012 Nissan Versa with the 1.6. We're doing a tune-up. We got a misfire on cylinder 4. I'm not sure if the coil is bad or not. Honestly, I didn't diagnose it properly, I'll be honest. But it didn't seem like a dead miss. So I'm thinking it may just be spark plugs. But we'll see. I mean, it's very accessible. If we need to replace the coil, eventually we don't have to mess with the whole intake. But for now, we are going to do that in order to, again, do a proper tune-up on this car. Anyway, without further ado, are you in the shot? Yep. There. I think it's just the grommet, so that's it. Maybe this side just comes off just like that. Alright, so that tube is out. We're gonna remove some of these hoses around the intake. Got quite a few of those. One vacuum hose and another one here. We're gonna have to remove those. So. To this one, same deal. All right. Okay, we got a bolt right there. It looks like 10 millimeter. Light right there. Set it to the side. There's another bolt on this side here. Another 10 millimeter. Right there. Alright. We're going to remove this wire. Retaining clip there. Good, just there you go. Let me just unplug it. Get something behind it. Pinch both sides and push it in. Hopefully without a casualty. One thing I don't have the patience for is this thing. Alright. But I want to remove the mass airflow sensor connector here, so let's try to do that. Not an easy task, there's not a lot of room there. There you go, right there, mass airflow sensor. This in fact is connected right there. So we got another 10 millimeter right here, and another one right here. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, and then we'll also have, alright, let's remove these two. That gives us a lot of room, but I gotta remove this hose. Alright, right there on the intake boot, right there. I think it's an 8 millimeter. I might have to get a shallow socket for that. Not sure if it'll fit. Okay, let's go. Alright, that's it. So we should be able to pull out from here, I think. I'm not sure. Let's see. There you go. So, right there. about it. So this is out really dirty, but we got a new one. Alright, so now we got all kinds of room here. What I want to do is I want to release the throttle body. So it looks like it's held on by 8mm bolts, maybe 4 of them. So let's go ahead and release the throttle body. I hope you're in a shot, guys. This camera is set on wide view, so wide length, and hopefully you can see all of the action. Alright, we're going to do this in real time. Alright, so we're going to throttle body bolts out. We're going to send that to the side as well. Cool. So now, as I can see, the intake is pretty free except for the intake bolts on the side, which are a little harder to access because of the fact that they are reset. If I can give you an access, it's going to be upside down, but just watch it. Right there, you see the bolts. One there, another one there. Yeah, but you get the picture. So right underneath there, you're going to get access to all those bolts. Alright, so I don't know if this was recording and just stopped recording, but I removed all of the bolts on the side. I thought I was recording. Now we're going to remove the last piece of the puzzle, which is going to be this vacuum line. Try not to break the nipple. Always a risk doing that. Alright, so all of this is out. I believe we should be able to fish this out of here now. I think. Got a wiring harness on this side. Gotta get it caught up there. That's about it. And I'm just gonna move it to the side right here, right? I don't have to release none of this stuff right here. I have enough room to perform what I need to perform here, right? There you go. So now all of my ignition coils are in plain sight, and we're going to go ahead and set this up nicely here so you can get a shot. Go ahead and remove the coils. Last but not least, this one. Oh, I think I see the problem. This guy has some rodents. It didn't shoot up the wires. That's what happened. If you can notice here, this is number 4 cylinder. Look at the wires. Yeah, something came and chewed up these wires. Look at that. Wow. Clean off. And that's where our misfire comes from. Wow. I gotta do some wire repair now. Let me fish it out of here. Yeah, guys. The white wire is completely chewed off. You can see it right here. Yeah. other part of it is right there. Yeah, they chew on it really good. So that's definitely a misfire. I got some more wires look like they're getting chewed up right here too. Alright, let's get set up. We're going to do some wiring repair. And well, the good thing about it that it did not eat it from the side of the connector that's too close to repair. So this was, yeah, an act of God, I guess. Alright, let me go ahead and remove this protecting thing there so I can have enough room. I'd like to work with room. I don't like when things are, you know, so this is enough room. Let me set you up, and I'm going to get my tools, and we're going to do grab. Alright, so we're going to grab just a little bit like that. Cut this off. Set that over here. Be careful we don't cause more damage. There you go, stripped. Twist it a little bit. Grab, sorry, this side, twist it just a little bit too. You can solder it if you want, but what I'm about to do is just as good. Just twist it. Make sure you got a good twist on it. Alright. Alright, so there we go. Let me pause it. Alright, so hopefully I got enough butane. Go. I'm gonna put some solder on it to make everybody happy. Alright. Okie dokie. Woo! That is hot, 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 hot. That's about it. That does it right there. That's part one. Then now we really got a good connection. The solder is there. We don't have to do too much. It's just to bind these wires together. We're not done with it. We're gonna put now. We're gonna put a layer of. We're going to repeat the same thing on this side. We don't want the wire now to be too long, so I'm gonna cut this white wire around here. I'm gonna use this one again. I think it was good enough. Not maybe too small. You never know. Let me just use something a little bit bigger, just in case my joint is not what it's supposed to be. So this one, I'm gonna put it in now. Let it. Solder, come on. And I'm good with that. And I'm gonna slide this one up. Use this side to make sure. Hopefully you're in the shot, guys. That's about it, guys. wire is fixed. So now again, I already checked this wire. There's nothing wrong with it. I tried to pull on it as tight as I could. It's not moving. So only the shielding is being basically affected because it was at an angle. What other angle was? Some tension was being put on there. So I'm just going to wrap it up a little bit for corrosion purpose, so it doesn't develop any type of green crystals later on. But it's nothing to do with you. You know, if we had some. If it was compromised, then we would have fixed it properly, you know. But at this point, it ain't compromised, so no need to go ham. Yeah, he definitely has some rodent issues there. Came to me yesterday when I was doing another job, so I didn't have time to really diagnose it. So I thought it was just a bad coil or something like that, but anyway. Alright, now we're gonna go, since we're already here anyway, we're gonna have to replace the spark plugs. Okay. These spark plugs are different. They're gonna be the 40mm type of spark plugs. I don't know who came up with that and what they're trying to prove, but anyway, maybe BMW. Alright, so I like to break them loose with the hand ratchet, and then we'll go to the impact. But just to start it off, I'm going to start them off like that. Pretty tight here. Okie doke. Magnet. Alright. Get yourself a hose, like a 3/8 or something like that. That'll allow you to set these things in there without a hitch. But if you have long fingers, you can just do this just like that. You know, without just really throwing in there where you can compromise the gap. So just be careful. This is not for the beginners. Use the proper methods. Either you have a socket that has a magnet in it, which most of them nowadays have magnets in them anyway, so mine was compromised. It fell off or something, I don't know. Can't find it. I wrote to Gear Wrench to get a replacement. Still haven't responded to me, even though they gave me a case number, and it's been about a month. Alright, make sure you put a few threads in by hand, like that. I know, I didn't put no grease on them. I figured this is never coming back off anyway, so it'll be warm, but don't doubt it, because these are ready for 100,000 miles. Alright, so from now, we just get the wrench back, we torque them to spec, which is basically, once it stops, it's still moving, and now it's going to stop good enough right there. Stop, a little bit more. Going, stop, a little bit more. Stop. A little bit more. Done. Let's put back our coils. Right on. Make sure we connect them. Sorry, I'm blocking your shot, but that is what it is. And the freshly repaired wire, I gotta actually put some tape around it. In fact, I'm not sure if they wanted to chew on this one or this one. Which one they prefer, I don't know. I'm not sure if I should reuse this, but I'll reuse it. Why not? Should put some rat deterring materials in cars. That should be mandatory. Rat or any type of road in there, scrolls and everything else. Right. Double wrap. Alright, cool. I think that should do the trick for now. Cool. Now these go back in there. I'm gonna put some tape around that one too. Think about it, I'm almost out of electrical tape. Order some more Amazon. Right there. Need some more wrapping like this, so I don't put no stress on them. The way it was wrapped, kind of put a little bit of stress on right there. That should be good enough right there. Alright, next step, we're going to prep the gasket. One there, we've already got a new one for it, so let's take this gasket out of here. I mean, you could get away with reusing that. It's not really the worst. I've seen way worse than that. So I'm going to go ahead and do some cleanup. Alright. I'll try not to get some of the dirt inside the cylinder holes. The intake here. So wipe away from the holes if you can. A little bit of dust is not going to hurt that. But you don't want no chunks or something like that falling in there. Though if it is just some leaves, I personally don't think it's going to hurt anything. That's going to just be part of the combustion. As simple as that. So no need to be super paranoid here. Alright, so make sure the top of it is clean. Oh yeah. Cool. I'm alright with that. Now let me get my new gasket. By Pro. They gave us this round gasket here. I'm not sure where it goes. Maybe on the throttle body. Alright, cool. Now let me position this intake. Get back in here. Oh no. Gotta say something. He's like, hey bro, you're forgetting your bolts. Right on, you're right. Let me get my bolts on. My ignition coils. You don't want to forget those. I'm gonna be right back to doing the same job. Alright. Last but not least. Where's the hole? Where is the hole? Oh boy. Family channel. Okay. Cool. Now let's swing this intake back around. And then actually before we do that, do it this way. We're gonna just wipe away some of the oils. The absolute best thing you can do. You make the best YouTube videos, especially working on cars. You don't have time to. If you're doing it and you're only a YouTuber, then yeah, I mean, you could take your time and position the shots. But if you're like me, this is what I do for a living. YouTube doesn't make that kind of money at all. So I cannot waste too much time in trying to get pretty pictures. I gotta kind of keep it moving. All right, cool. I gotta remove this one, which is that one there. They give me a new one right there. Even though this one, I don't think nothing wrong with it, but we have it. Let's use it. On the side here. Let me give a shot because somebody will say, "Oh, you didn't show that part, please." For your viewing pleasure, right there. It has a groove right there for that one. A little ear. Alright. Now that our gasket is in place, we're trying to flip this intake around and being careful that we do not dislodge the gasket in the process. So move the throttle body maybe a little bit out to the side there. Make sure everything is clear on this side. This hose back there, first wind right there. Just set it back. Wind harness on the side. No problem. It'll be good. Alright. Now, before we put the bolts on here and everything else there, I think the most important bolt is going to be the one on the side right here because it is the hardest one to get to. So I'm going to make sure I position them, but don't tighten anything. Just put them in, few threads, and wait. Do not tighten anything yet because we need to be able to still move the intake slightly side to side if we need to align another bolt hole. All right. With your left hand. That's that. 3 more to go. Those ones are way too recessed. I can't access them. So what we're going to do is I want to get a short extension. The 10mm, and we're going to get some. Can I get a 10? Where's that 10? Where's my 10mm? What did I do with the 10mm? Boy, probably here. Alright, so get a piece of paper, napkin, put it on there. my socket there so it doesn't fall out. And I'm gonna try to fish this thing in there. Man, in my light. There you go. That one is an easy one. Everything by hand at this point. Right in there. Note the angle of the socket so when you're doing yours. Maybe it'll help you. Alright, so now we got to do the two bolts at the top. One goes right here. And the other one goes right there. That I can't really reach it, so I'm probably going to have to use a socket to get to it. This one is okay to just use it impact because it's pretty straightforward there, so no big danger there. I'm not too worried about those. Alright. Now let's snug these starting from the middle. I'm going to fan out so we have a good seal. Now as far as like a work specs and everything else, I don't have it. I have access to it. I'm not worried about torque specs. You do this long enough, you know how to use common sense. Use common sense. You notice I'm using a short handle ratchet, right? So this is plastic, and the sealing is going to be done by the gasket, not really my own biceps. I like that. Look at that. That could be on a shirt. Sealing is going to be done by the gasket, not your biceps. Wow, I'm putting that on the shirt. Oh boy. This one a pesky one, by getting my back, bending over like this. Really not good for your back. And the one here. Alright, this one goes in here. Oh man, it's a rigid one too. That is not good. Alright, anyway, this one is an easy one, so it goes there. This one goes back here. There you go. And it still go with it. Ah, man. Alright, that line harness. Oh, electrical connector. Oh, what looks like a push valve. Right there. Alright. What else? Let's put the dipstick back before you drop anything inside of there. Dipstick. Back to his home. Now this one is really rigid, so I'm going to have to almost fight to bend it back to put it in, because I'm not going to try to take the intake off just for this. But remember on yours, when you're doing this, make sure you don't forget to put it on before you put the intake back, because this is pretty damn rigid. Oh man. Let me try this angle. Maybe that'll look a little easier, yes. That's it. There you go. You saw what I did there? Hopefully you did. So, if you did like me or you forgot to put it on, it's okay. Just take it out from the engine side and put the intake side first. Do the engine side last. Same difference. Alright. These are not water hoses, they're just vacuum hoses, so it doesn't matter if the clamp is exactly the way it was. But you should try to always do that anyway. Alright. Now on this side, what do I got? I got a throttle body with the new gasket already installed. So let's grab our throttle body, push it back up in here. Make sure you know the orientation, so you don't put it in the wrong way. The connector facing towards the firewall. Remember that. I feel like doing it by hand. Notice I'm not making it tight. Just by hand. A little bit. These are the long, small bolts with the 8mm heads on them. And once I have everything threaded in, a few threads, now I can snug it, man. I should have cleaned the throttle body while I was at it, actually. Oh well. Crisscross fashion. That's good enough. Now, I got the mass airflow sensor connector. I'll put it right here for now. Let's go back in there. I got another vacuum hose there. Alright, let me just get something to clean the throttle body. I can't just in good faith live like that. I'm gonna grab just something to wipe it. And if you want to know, these are the best thing you can use to clean a throttle body. And everything else in general. Valve cover, gasket surfaces, you know, they don't leave any type of lint behind. It's very, very sturdy. I mean, just a perfect. I hope they never ever mess with the quality of this thing, because that would suck. It's really high quality stuff. There you go. Let me see. Alright. Let me use two hands. I want to grab one hand to keep it open. Other hand to get it good, clean. There you go. Get it everywhere. Make sure you get on the corners, especially. Clean the plate, the bottom of it. Make sure that gap is there, so you don't have a P101. Because on a Nissan, a P0101 is never the mass airflow sensor. So if you go into a shop and they have that type of code, you have it, and they tell you have to replace the mass airflow sensor, you need to get away from that shop. You know, straight up, get away from that shop. They don't know what they're talking about. It's never a mass airflow sensor. Alright, cool. Let's put now This contraption there. Let me get some light. See where the grommet is. Okay, that's an easy one. Grommet is right here, so I'm just wondering where this was. This behind it, after it. I think it goes down this way. Oh yeah. And we got our 2 bolts. Last touch. We are looking good. It's well done here. No more misfire.